Our next presenter is Cynde Strand with her presentation titled Mistakes. Please welcome to the stage, Cynde.
How's that? I just wanted to say it's lovely to be back in Vermont, and all your squirrels and skunks and raccoons I'm happy I'm back, because when they see my Georgia license plate, they jump out in the middle of the road and give me a big hello. This is called Mistakes, and it's just a poem about mistakes that I wanted to share with you tonight, so if you want to start. I spent a lifetime passionately taking pictures that tell the story of the best and the worst in all of us. I traveled the world from one big story to the next. CNN producer would routinely call me saying, "I am promising you yet another trip of a lifetime." And off I would go down the Congo River or the Ho Chi Minh Trail. My life was a quest for the perfect shot. This takes patience and the ability to anticipate when the magic will happen. The light, movement, a hand gesture, a touch, a tear, and sometimes a look. I carried the responsibility that comes with documenting some of the most intimate, some of the most vulnerable moments in a person's life. I tried to honor their stories with perfect shots in difficult places, and the people really had no choice. I can probably get a few amens from this crowd here tonight for how many times I said, "Hold on, just a minute, wait a second, look this way," as I bobbed and danced and dipped for the perfect angle. My son only tolerated it because he got a lot of Instagram love in his teenage years. One day I was deleting the not perfect pictures from my phone, and I had a spiritual awakening. These mistakes were spontaneous, fun and funny, and full of unfettered joy. They captured feelings more purely than a perfectly composed frame. We all have these pictures, the self-timer catastrophes. I was photobombing the free sofa my friend dragged out into her street. I was going for a Cindy Sherman-style avant-garde composition, and I ended up ass over tea kettle. And as I laughed, the lightness of photography returned. Give me the misfire selfie. Forget the perfect selfie. The quest for more attention, more likes, more love, more clicks. I love the simplicity of this silliness with my sister before her life got complicated. And how could I delete this masterpiece mistake? Have you all taken these? French expressionism on the run. The same run that my phone unfortunately dialed my boss and he overheard how I really felt from mile 6 to mile 10. And those times when your phone magically misfires from inside your spandex bike shorts. 50 shots that look like modern art hanging in MoMA. But now I no longer hit delete, 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 delete. Some people love to point out other people's mistakes, and when they do, we shrink inside. But I grew bigger with these mistakes. I fell in love with the big oops, the perfection of imperfection. And this is my favorite mistake. I have been lucky to walk down many red carpets during my career, award ceremonies and fancy functions with famous people, but nothing is as beautiful as walking down a Vermont red carpet. This is my I don't know why mistake. I don't know why, but it reminds me of my precious childhood. I was wild and free and weird. I wanted so badly for Pippi Longstocking to be my best friend. She was brave and independent and clever, and she lived in a colorful house with a monkey and a horse. This is my just say yes mistake, Tess. A near miss. It was a perfect sunny winter Friday, and I almost said no to drinks with my friends. This was the last Friday before COVID lockdown. Just say yes. Step into your discomfort. Yes takes you to amazing places like Vermont. I have been on top of many, many mountains, and the views are always magnificent. But this mistake captures the feeling of being off the mountain and being tired and satisfied and hungry and whole. There is nothing like the feeling of taking off your boots. This is the beginning of my depression mistake. I am an extreme extrovert, and during COVID, I got depressed. It wasn't like, I'm depressed. It was, I can't get out of bed depressed. My mistake was not telling anyone, but I corrected that mistake, and people started showing up for me. These mad women started banging on my door every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday at 6:30 a.m., banging until I got out of bed, put on my shoes, opened the door, and started running with them. So this mistake reminds me that sometimes it just takes one step followed by another, and I can help others by banging on their doors. Many of these mistakes happened when my cell phone malfunctioned. I had to hold it down to forcibly re-engage the shutter button. I started to make some pretty perfect mistakes. I don't re-prosecute my past mistakes, the could haves, should have, would haves, this kind of liberation makes it possible to shed layers and live the life you want to live. This mistake is called, I wondered what happened to those pants. And I wondered what page I'm in. Dang, I love those pants. I looked so good in those pants. Make no mistake, I have earned every wrinkle, but at 65, it is nice to remember feeling so hot in those crazy red pants. This was supposed to be a picture of another perfect sunset at Susan's house, but these are my pajamas my son picked out for me when he was 4 years old, and 20 years I wear them still. This is the picture of love, larger than the ever-expanding universe. This is a mother's love. And now my last mistake, a perfect shot, another adventure under a bluebird sky, frost on my pigtails, and the realization that I am Pippi Longstocking. Thank you.